Hey guys, Smash JT here with an update, if a vlog or life update kind of video for you here, just to keep you guys posted on what's going on with me from my recovery of my hernia surgery. This video is going to be a little bit of a departure from what I'm typically doing on this channel because I focus on video games and reviews and jokes with video games. But in this case, I want to talk about my surgery and recovery, just so if there are people out there that are watching this video and they're looking for how people feel recovering from a hernia surgery, this is going to be a pretty good place to go for it. And if you happen to like video games as well, take a look at some of my other videos and consider subscribing. Had my hernia surgery about a week ago, and this is the first day that I've felt up to actually sitting down and filming a video and editing the video and putting it together for you. And over the past 5 days, it's been some of the most excruciating pain I've ever been through in my entire life. And just a fair warning, this video might get a bit graphic because I want to show you guys some of the scars and what I went through for the surgery and how I'm recovering from it going forward. First off, I haven't shaved in 5 days. I have a full beard going. I haven't been able to stand in front of the sink to actually shave for long enough to do it, so I've just been laying down in bed an awful lot and watching a lot of YouTube videos, catching up with a lot of you guys, and playing a lot of my Nintendo Switch. Thank God for the portability of that thing. As far as the kind of hernia that I had, a lot of you guys were asking me that in my previous video. It's an inguinal hernia, which was right above my crotch, like the man parts, and it's not very comfortable whatsoever to have a hernia in any place, but especially there. And as far as how they went about fixing it, they made an incision and came in with a netting, or a mesh they call it, and put that mesh inside of my body to protect my organs from popping out any further. And initially the mesh was numb and I couldn't feel anything around that whole area. It was just all completely numb. And then once the anesthesia started wearing off after the first day, I had the most unbearable pain I have ever felt in my entire life. I could hardly get up, and when I did stand up and walk for even a few steps, like 4 or 5 steps, I felt nauseous. I felt like I was going to throw up. I felt dizzy. I had to sit down. It was so painful that I woke up in the middle of the night and had to have my wife get me my pain pills for me, take 2 of those, and finally I was able to fall back asleep after a couple of hours of just laying there. And as far as this video getting a little bit graphic, if you don't like that kind of stuff, turn it off now, because I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like the day after I had the surgery. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like 5 days removed from that surgery. Oh. So there it is. That is a hernia scar right above my crotch. Good times. It's still very sore and tender, but not nearly as painful as it was about, 2-3 days ago. Every day that goes by, it gets a little bit better. The first couple days, like I said, it was excruciating pain. But ever since then, I've been able to get up, mobilize, walk around a little bit, not feel nauseous, feel like I'm contributing a little bit around the house without lifting anything too heavy. But honestly, without any kind of family support, I don't know how I'd be surviving around here. This thing literally just immobilizes you completely right after you're done with the surgery. Now, as far as how people get hernias, typically it's from lifting things that are way too heavy, but in my case, it was actually from doing a slip and slide, as I mentioned in my previous video. And this thing was one of those that I sneezed really hard and I kind of felt something going on down there. And then a few days later, I jumped on a slip and slide and landed right on it. And I think that kind of busted a spot open that caused the hernia to actually happen. But the reason why I wanted to make this video, again, is in case anyone out there who's never had a surgery before was looking for someone who went through a surgery for the first time and how they felt. When they wheeled me into the operating room, I was scared to death. I've never been put under in my entire life, so not being able to control my body and not knowing what's going on around me was very scary to me. And when they laid me down, I was talking with the anesthesiologist. She assured me that everything was going to be completely fine. She put an IV in my wrist and plugged some sort of sedation or anesthesia into my wrist straight from there. I thought they were going to put a mask on me, but I guess they didn't do that until after I was already out from the thing they put in my wrist. And I was out. And about an hour and a half later, I woke up. I came to in the actual hospital bed, and the nurse was asking me if I was okay. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of not with it really still, but kind of looked around, looked at my scar. I was like, well, I guess the surgery's done. I guess I'm okay. They assured me everything went great and that I'd be perfectly fine going forward, just to take it easy. And I was like, great, that's awesome. My wife took me home, I laid down in bed, and I rested the rest of the day. You know, not a big deal. Got up a couple of times. It was painful, but nothing excruciating. But then the anesthesia actually wore off, and this is where the most challenging part of the recovery came in. It was about 18 hours removed from the actual surgery, and waking up in the middle of the night with that excruciating pain that I mentioned earlier. I never felt that before in my entire life, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But this is one of those, you know, growing pains of getting through a surgery and recovering from the surgery. My brother had a hernia. He told me the worst part about it was recovering. I heard that going into it. I was like, yeah, how bad could it be? It's pretty bad. But the good news is it gets better. And like I said, each day that passes, it gets a little bit better. So I just wanted to update you guys, let you know what it was like going through my first surgery. And as far as getting back to actually making some Smash JT videos, hopefully in a couple days I'll be feeling more up to doing so. Again, I'm not going to push it, don't worry about that. But I have a passion for making these videos and I absolutely love doing it, so I'm going to get back to doing this as soon as physically possible. The good news is I'm feeling better with each passing day and I'm playing it by ear, but hopefully, like I said, in a couple days I'll be back to making some videos for you guys. I wanted to make this video just to give you guys a heads up out there who may be entering a surgery for the first time in your lives or know you have a surgery coming up, that it's going to be okay, especially if it's just a basic surgery. Don't stress about it. You'll make it through. You'll have some tough nights. You'll have some good nights. And eventually you'll make it back to normal and maybe even better than ever. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.